For now, though, we are winding down the quarter, and it's the end of the month, too. It means it's time to check in with our Main Street Retail Investor Roundtable. Joining us now is Allie Cahill, a finance student at George Mason University. Also with us, military wife and mother Julie Werner, who joined an investment club back in the 80s, learned the market, and just built her dream home using the money she made and saved over the years, guys.
A success story.
Thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And Allie, we'll begin with you. Tell us some of your picks in this market and just exactly what's on your mind here as we come out of kind of a wacky V-shaped performance here in Q1.
Well, in my opinion, you have to look where others are not. Two stocks that I like is FCA, Fiat Chrysler, and BlackBerry.
Yes, sir.
FCA for their strategic moves. I like what Sergio's been doing. Definitely approved of the Ferrari spinoff, and I like what they're doing, maximizing their Jeep brand. Very popular in the States, and I'm excited for their Jeep pickup truck coming here later in, I believe, late 2016 or early 2017.
Right.
And then for BlackBerry, kind of default back to the Sony hack. You know, what did they default to? BlackBerries, as well as the recent Apple versus FBI case. Encryption is going to be a very big consumer desire, and I feel that BlackBerry has an opportunity to recapture some of the market that they lost to Apple, Samsung, and others.
Interesting. Viewers of our show here will know that I'm still a BlackBerry user and a big proponent, half jokingly, about all that. But you make an interesting case for BlackBerry, not the traditional one. A lot of people voting John Chen can turn this thing around with compelling products and the technology. But of course, we've always known that the security was always a big selling point for BlackBerry. But do you think it'll be enough to bring people back to that company?
I don't think it'll be enough, but you know, if you look at what Mr. Chen's been doing with the most recent phone that I personally like, the BlackBerry Passport, I think it's a big selling point because they're able to sell a premium product, similar to how Apple has its appeal, that premium feel, but also be able to give consumers that productivity workhorse with the big battery and great email and other productivity suites that people are so sought after, that are reliable.
Yep. Julie, meanwhile, you are sticking with Tiffany, among others, aren't you?
I am. It's a favorite company of mine. Sometimes the stock is not necessarily a favorite, so when it goes up, I take some money off the table. But now it looks like it's back down in more of a better buy range.
And so this sell-off is actually making it more attractive to you.
Exactly.
Tell us about the house you built, Julie.
Well, that really is a dream story. You know, in 1984, I knew nothing about the stock market, joined a Better Investing investment club and learned how to invest wisely. I've always been a really good saver of money. Then I learned how to use that money to invest in stocks. And so I started out very small, buying one share of 3 different companies, enrolled in the dividend reinvestment program. And the rest is history. The more money I got, the more I invested in good, solid quality companies. And then after 30 years of investing and getting close to retirement, we wanted to build our dream home. And so I took some money off the table along the way, especially last spring and into the summer. And then and one other point is in 2007, when the market was a little bit high, and in 7, and then also a couple years ago when the market was a little bit high, I took some profits and stuck those in cash so that if the market declined, I could use it, or in this case, apply it to the dream home.
You know, I know you're not necessarily trying to be a market timer, though, Julie. So how do you assess conditions today?
Well, you know, who knows, to be perfectly honest, but I do know one thing. The bull market's getting pretty long in the tooth. There's a lot of uncertainty out there. So the summertime's usually a pretty volatile time, so I don't know whether or not this downturn we've recently had will continue and actually turn this into an official bear market. Yeah. But we will have a bear market, I can guarantee you that.
You know, the stock you didn't get to, Ali, was Activision Blizzard. Why that one? I mean, you say you like companies that people aren't talking much about, but why this one? How does that fit the category?
Activision Blizzard more recently acquired King.com, the maker of Candy Crush, and the company as a whole now has over 500 million online users. of their products and services for all the different types of games, from the console to the computer. Esports as an industry has been growing exponentially. You see Amazon's acquisition of Twitch.tv for over $1 billion. I think a lot of people don't really know how to value esports, and from my point of view, you see Activision also more recently acquiring MLG.tv, which is the esports version of the NBA, for example. And it's incredible if you look at some of the success stories that have come out of the esports teams that play on some of the Activision Blizzard products. In my opinion, most notably Call of Duty. And you have teams like Optic Gaming and FaZe Clan that started as little hobbies for these small groups of people, and they've turned this into multi-million-dollar organizations. It's just incredible, the growth.
It's a great story. Ali, thank you so much. Julie, whose other picks include Gentex, Polaris, CVS Health. Great to see you again, and congrats on the house.
Thank you both, really.
Thank you very much.
All right, we have some